So today is my theory tests, my driving theory test, and I am very nervous. Now I'm very nervous because this is not the first time I'm taking this test. Neither is it the second or the third time. But what actually happened is that I have taken the theory test before. That was about 3 years ago. And usually when you take a theory test and you pass, it is only valid for 2 years. Within that 2 years, you're supposed to pass your practicals, your driving practicals. But unfortunately, I have not been able to pass my driving practicals in the whole of the 2 years. While I was struggling to pass the driving practicals, my theory that I did expired. Like I said, it only lasts for 2 years. So it expired last year October. So I had to book an appointment to take another test, which is today. And honestly, since 2 days now, I've been very uncomfortable. I've been very nervous. I don't like exams. I don't like tests. I don't like anything that will have to put me on my toes. I don't like competition. I just like, but anyway, it is what it is. I need to drive. Honestly, driving abroad, driving in UK, especially when you live in the countryside, is not a luxury. It's a necessity. You have a lot to deal with. You have to deal with the lack of transportation at the right times. Like, transport is not very regular here. Where I live, it takes about 30 minutes for a bus, like for your public transport to arrive. So every 30 minutes. So that means if you miss the first 30 minutes, you have to wait till the next 30 minutes before you get on the next bus. And sometimes that next 30 minutes, if you're unfortunate, it might not turn up. Then you have to wait again for another 30 minutes. So it's really crazy. And when you have children, hey God, my dear, I cannot overemphasize on this. When you have kids abroad, you must learn how to drive. You must learn how to drive. I know how to drive. Rather, I used to drive back home in Africa. But when you come here, the terms and conditions of driving, if I should say, is very different. The methods of driving, everything is different. Everything is different. And when I was actually learning, like in the past, when I was actually doing my driving practicals and all that, and driving lessons, I learned a lot. There were a lot of things I never knew before, like when I'm in Nigeria, the way I drive anyhow, the way we drag for roads, the way we use the horns to harass each other on the roads and all that. But I discovered that there's a whole lot that is different, and that was one of the reasons why I kept failing all my practicals, because I was driving the Niger way, so now I just have to calm down and learn it the British way. But first of all, I have to, whenever I think of this test, my heart skips, honestly, because I can't afford to fail it again. I'm tired of, if it were to be just me, I don't mind, jumping buses and doing public transport and walking in the cold. I don't mind it. But my kids are underage. My kids are very little, and I feel for them when we have to walk to school, walk back from school, walk to the shops, in the cold. And especially my baby girl, she's always like, "Mommy, I'm tired, carry me." And I can't be carrying her in the cold, So I'm just going to see, fingers crossed. I really hope God have mercy on me, please. I just pray I pass this thing today, please. The problem is not even just failing it, and you can easily, even if you fail it, you can book for another test. But the problem is getting an early appointment, because this one I got today, January 31st. I booked this appointment since November last year, November 2022. So if I fail this one today, that means if I have to book for another appointment, that might be like in the next 2 months again, which I dread. God, please. the book I have been reading for my driving test. This book I've been practicing with is the Official Highway Code. Honestly, it's a very comprehensive book. If you read this book from the beginning to the end, it will really guide you on how to drive on the British road. I used to have it before, but I think after I passed the first theory, I gave it out to a friend, so I had to buy another one just for this purpose, just for this my theory test. So I've been binge reading it for like days. I read it morning, night, because this little book here contains a lot. So if you want to do your driving theory test, and you really need to know much about the theory aspects of driving, I think this is what you should read. It even covers some practical aspects too. So yeah, that's what I've been going through since. So I'm back and I passed, and I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited. I am just so excited. So here is my certificate of pass, and I did it. I actually did it. In the multiple choice part, I got 44 out of 50. The pass mark is actually 43, but I got 44. That's a narrow escape, very narrow. Hey, so imagine if I had gotten like 42, I would have been doing this all again. God. Anyway, that hurdle is gone. I will now sit down and then prepare for the next one, which is my driving practicals. I'm so excited. So yeah, I passed my theory and that's it. I'm so excited. At least the tension has greatly calmed down now. I'm much relaxed now. I'm excited. And yeah, that's just the first hurdle to cross. I still have one more, which is the practical, but I will do it. Yeah, if I could conquer this one the second time, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, so fingers crossed. I'm going to start my driving lessons as soon as possible because I need to hit the roads fast.